So where are we? What am I looking at?
We're looking at the Big Spring, and that's what the sign says, Big Spring. But it used to be called the Mammoth Spring, so obviously expectations have come back a bit. There was a lot of development right around here, so a lot of tourist-based buildings, and they even bottled this water and sold it for a while. So man, there was a great story associated with this spring. Like we've been talking about, history is made up of a lot of stories. Many aren't true. This one probably isn't. But, so it goes like this. There was this smuggler chief, and he actually went on the Black Snake, which is a famous boat in Lake Champlain, and he had all of his treasure, and he kept it up in a cave on the side of Smuggler's Notch. And this cave had a big spring in it, so they had water, they had shelter, and they could hide from these revenuers. Well, the revenuers eventually found them. There was like a damsel in distress, there was a kidnapping, all sorts of stuff involved. But the revenuers found them, they holed up in the cave, which was supposed to be right here. The revenuers, because they couldn't get them out, took a whole barrel of gunpowder, they put it in front of the cave entrance, and they set it off. The mountainside came down, it buried these smugglers, and has been lost forever. So the revenuers defeated the smugglers, the spring ended up coming through the rubble. So supposedly, there's a whole gang of smugglers buried in this hillside behind us. So
Sounds like the plot of a movie.
maybe we should make it. Vermont Historical Society, right? Would be fun. Smugglers, pirates, revenuers, tourists, and automobiles. Smuggler's Notch at this place in history.
Roof soldering caused Torrey Hall to burn August 3rd. Dave Barrington is a plants guy. That's why when their home went up in smoke on the University of Vermont campus, he was worried they did too.
And realizing that as I drove into the university that morning that it could all be gone. And that lasted about a half an hour. And I kept going back and forth from a total disaster scenario to if there had been enough heat in the building, they would have all burned. The great news is, that these cabinets did their job. We bought a great many new cabinets in the last 2 years. They're all fireproof, waterproof cabinets.
Barrington has been curator of the Pringle Herbarium for more than 40 years. It's a collection of more than 300,000 dried, pressed plants dating back to the early 1800s from all over the world.
With acorns, yeah. Here, let's see if we can get an acorn for you. There you go. Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
1968.
Yep, that's a new one.
Just a baby.
Yeah, worth at least $3 million. But that's ignoring the whole intrinsic value that relates to the people involved and the cultural heritage that's represented in the history.
This is our first one of the year. We also have one in Rutland, and we have 23 teams out today. This is our 28th annual mud volleyball event that we've been doing, and it's been consecutive because we're having a lot of fun. People come out here to support epilepsy, and we all have a blast. Keep your feet moving, because you just get stuck in the mud, you're not going to be able to dive for those balls, which I know firsthand because I did it last year. It makes me smile. I have the biggest smile on my face. I'm having fun, but also just to see people here, even you see people who aren't even playing, who are here just to support this organization, and it really warms my heart. Thank you everyone for coming out today. We really appreciate it. Come back next year. We had 23 teams. Let's get 25 next year.
Small board right.